Thanks for staying with us. Let's now take you through the front pages of Nigerian newspapers to see what the headlines are saying and return quickly for some analysis of the headlines we will be seeing today. The Nation kicks off the way, and we see you right here. This is on EFCC, but not drug this time around. EFCC OBJ Library lock horns over arrest of 93 fraud suspects. What exactly is this fraud all about? We'll tell you when we come back to analyze. As we run quickly to the Platform Times this morning, still on the same matter as well, accuses EFCC of unlawful invasion, demand apology over violent midnight raid. The library is asking for that. But let's see what the Daily Trust is talking about, which is the issue in Kwara. We see here residents flee Kwara villages over attacks. A sad one right there. Writer says federal government deploys fighter jet to chase away terrorists. Okay? And on flood matters, as we make our way to the Blueprint newspaper, NIMET alert on flood in Benue, Taraba, Adamawa, Kebbi, Bauchi in next 3 days. Hopefully the people there will heed to this warning and adhere, as we also see the same conversation on the Leadership newspaper. The federal government is issuing flood alerts to 15 northern states. This is a lot. Hope they heed. The Daily Times, where we're going to next, is talking about something a little bit different. And we see right here, experts differ on recommended sack, mental evaluation of value jet pilot. Okay, I don't want to say a lot about that, but we'll talk when we come for the analysis. This Nigeria takes us on the cruise to politics. And right here we see why Jonathan won't run for president by insiders. This is talking about 2027. Well, I'm not sure he has said anything yet, but Abuja and Kwara lines up on the same line as well. And we see here Atiku Obi weigh options, delay ADC membership. Well, I thought they were already there. The Guardian
that was used during the Nazi Germany period, where they would just get there, arrest people, beat people, violently and all of that. But that's the way they chose to describe it. But, not taking that away from the context. They say they arrested 93 of these guys who are who are suspected to be internet fraudsters. EFCC will not, maybe at the end of the day, it might turn out to be false, but they will not do anything without having that information, that intelligence, regardless of the location they found themselves. It doesn't mean that they were arrested from former President Olusegun Obasanjo's house.
That's right.
It's a complex, the Obasanjo Library there at Opik. Is it Opik? Yeah, somewhere in Abeokuta. Where people come. So some people go there, go to the library, read books. Others also, meet there. They arrange meetings there. Some also have their weddings and all of that. It's a complex. So, regardless of people that are getting there, and I think that's where the authorities right there at the complex should always screen whoever comes in. Try to understand profile, maybe not
who are you?
Exactly, who are you, what exactly do you want to do, and all of that. So asking for apology, I think that's too early. You should also pay attention to, okay, these people that are arrested, the FCC is alleging this, that, and that.
About
Could
them.
that be true? Let's also help you in investigating. At the end of the day, we all sit back and, say that we are fighting corruption, we are fighting cyber crime and all of that. So let's help ourselves. But I'm not saying that the EFCC is correct in what they've done, but they must have acted based on intelligence.
And Ria, let me put this in before you bring your response. That is on the platform times. This raid happened midnight. Shouldn't we separate Obasanjo's name from the act that just happened?
Of course, and the fact that I'm seeing that they're saying they want an apology is very surprising to me. Okay, so they caught people somewhere, 93 of them. I thought we're going to be looking at the fact that they've caught criminals. At the end of the day, we know what internet fraud does. It tarnishes the image of Nigerians.
That's right.
So if we're getting people, okay, suspects, we're not sure. But yeah, of course, EFCC will not just go there if information was not linked. So it's sad to see that we're not trying to politicize the whole thing, saying that, oh, we're trying to tarnish the name. We're not tarnishing the name. If thieves or, criminals were caught there, that doesn't mean the place is a criminal then. Maybe they went there, just like what Ibrahim said. It's very possible that checks were not done. And I think that's what they should focus on now. Do the right checks on the people that come there, profile the people that come there, not try to make the whole thing that you need an apology. No. So if it's found out that these people are really criminals, do you still need an apology?
That's right.
You should be happy
Good
that the
question to
EFCC
ask.
is doing their job. And it shouldn't be at any location. Wherever the person is, you should be arrested. Your location doesn't cover you.
That's
we should
right.
not make it look like people are going to a particular place because they feel like, oh, the EFCC will not raid here. I love what the EFCC is doing, and I cannot wait to see, if it is true, if they are really criminals or not. But I think they are, because the EFCC will not go there without information.
It's a public place, and so anybody
sorry,
can come in for any
before
kind of
we
business.
go to the next paper, which I know you want to do, 93 people are arrested doesn't mean 93 people are criminals.
Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe it's just one or two that will end up being the ones that the EFCC really wanted. But in a situation like that, you have to mop everybody.
Take everybody
in.
first.
That's right.
And then
you remove the weed from the
eliminating.
Exactly.
You start
But one thing
eliminating
is
them.
that program was highly publicized, known as Wet and Rave Splash Extravaganza, and Portable was also expected to. So you can imagine
The
No, but
name,
Ibrahim, I tell you something.
the
They must
name
have
of that
gotten
event is really funny
They
to
must
me.
have gotten an intel, because trust me, they would not have gone
Yeah.
there without information.
Absolutely
So,
not.
Definitely.
But let's talk our words at this time as we move to the Blueprint newspaper. I hope that everybody here will be taken out of these flood-prone areas. Etoma this morning,
Yes.
Naimet is warning Benue, Taraba, and Adamawa states. And Daily Trust actually said 15 northern states. What do you think they should be doing at this time?
It's difficult to give an advice on that because Lagos is also part of it.
We are inside.
The eastern states, I don't know why they were not mentioned in this particular story.
That's right.
Almost the whole of Nigeria is on flood alert. So what do? Ordinarily, you would have said, let's evacuate people from those places to another. But that place you're going to might also be flood prone. So let's just keep educating ourselves, and let's be responsible, especially the way we dispose our refuse, because that is contributing like 30 to 40% of this problem that we're having.
The Leadership newspaper is also talking the same thing, flood. But Ibrahim, sometimes when these warnings are given, I don't don't think we adhere to it as much as we should. We'd only wait for the flood to come carry us halfway.
Well, the question is, do these people that are asked to evacuate, did they get the information? What channel are we passing this information through?
To them.
Is it the social media? Is it the mainstream media? Is it town criers, because it's still very, very effective, or using the local traditional leaders to pass this information down? And that's one part of it. Another leg to it is that these people do not have places to go. And if you look at the states that are, prone to these, flooding, you talk about Benue, Taraba, Adamawa, Kebbi. These are food baskets of the nation.
That's
where
right.
we have agrarian people who are largely agrarian society. And one thing is, if this happens, we understand that there is issue of climate change. He has raised the issue of human activities, dumping of refuse and all of that. But what exactly are we doing? There is this ecological fund that has been voted to different governors. How much have we utilized them? What are our plans? It's not the first time we're talking about
help the people. Right. But gentlemen, lady, we need to add some speed to this because we don't have a lot of time. Ria, let me take you to the Daily Trust newspaper. This issue of insecurity in Kwara State, not again.
It's just sad to see that people now have to flee their homes. The other day, I don't know if you were the one on the show, we're speaking about, a terrorist coming out to say that I'm releasing some people. And I was just speaking about how disheartening it is, because you have no power to do that. At the end of the day, you're supposed to...
the audacity.
It's the audacity for me. You're supposed to be put behind the bars. It's just sad that up to now, we're still speaking about insecurity in Nigeria. And it's sad to see that people now have to flee from their homes in terms of fear. Every Nigerian citizen deserves security, deserves to be in your home peacefully. So it's just something I'm really hoping that the governor definitely looks into, and not just the governor as well. I hope that the whole Nigeria, we get to look into this insecurity, because the more we speak about it, the more we see it happen.
That's right. And Etoma, the Daily Times is bringing this conversation of the value jet matter again.
I will definitely speak on it as well, but yes, I have a lot to say.
Experts are of different opinion as to the sanity of the captain and her assistant. Is that even, should that be questioned?
Yeah, it should be questioned because there were some security, safety issues that came up because she taxied the aeroplane. As a pilot, you need to have the personality that is not volatile. You need to show that you can control your temper. You have emotional intelligence. For that, I would say, okay, maybe she should be evaluated, but sack? No, I don't think she should be sacked.
I couldn't agree. Ria, you want to add to this book?
There's a lot I want to say on this, because when it was all happening, I wasn't on air. But the thing, what marvels me a lot is the fact that how did he pass all those security checks? They didn't check it, and then he now got down the plane. I think not just even the pilot, everybody that was down there, because even before a plane taxis, they have to do the right thing by even signing nobody is there again and everything.
Right.
See, imagine if that plane actually hit Kwamwan. The discussion we'll be having on this table will totally be different. So I think when it comes to the pilot as well, we definitely need to look into it. Like he said, you cannot be volatile. You need to care about your passengers. Your number one, your profession makes you care about your passengers. So how are you taxing and you are not sure that somebody is there?
No, she's sure. She was sure.
She was sure.
She must also have been acting based on the directive that she gets. Because before she flies, she has to communicate with the...
Which is part of what we're waiting for the investigation
she waited, she even meandered, not to hit the people standing, but then you saw Kwamwan still, moving
to
the front of the
how are people still standing there and you are planning to move and you're taxing?
Okay, that's a hard matter. We'd like to let it rest for now. This Nigeria is talking politics. Ibrahim, why Jonathan wouldn't run for president by insiders? Is Jonathan even considering?
Does he know about this?
No, he has been wooed into running for president.
Right.
And then he's also making consultations. But one challenge there
is
that,
he?
Yeah, according to reports.
Okay.
One challenge there is that the wife had openly endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027, saying that they are going back for
So she can't re-endorse.
But one thing is, the people that are weighing former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan are not trying, because one thing is the thought, yes, he only had statutorily, he only has one term to run.
Right.
And then after one term, power returns to the north.
Yeah.
And there is this, saying, there is this, agitations about whenever there is power moving away from the north, they are always agitated, they want the power back. So whether they like it or not, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be running another term, it just serves it. It's just, he won't run more than, but one thing is they want it with themselves. But another challenge is that, according to this paper, saying that it might not have the financial muscle and weak political structure. The fact that it's also enjoying international reputation,
based on
giving
what
speeches and all of that, it might dent his image.
Yeah.
And all the corruption allegations, remember sacking Sanusi, the debt, the Dasuki Gate money, you remember that? All of those things, they might start coming up again.
It's not they might, they will start coming up.
Good advice to you, former president. Enjoy your cloud. Let's not dent that. But Etoma, a general overseer that is on Abuja Inquirer is predicting Jonathan will return to the to Aso Rock.
They know how they see these things. I don't know. I'm not a general overseer, and I'm not a prophet.
Not every prophet.
The
not every prophecy.
The only thing you see are the things inside
the only
the room.
thing I see is you, Riyadh, Nelson, and the people in the studio. When this kind of narrative starts happening, okay, the drama has gone to this side.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy ourselves.
Indeed. and Ria, Echo Atlantic City, that is on the Guardian
my favorite
newspaper,
place.
right?
My favorite place.
It's becoming should I say, a cash net for a lot of multinationals.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of companies actually, coming to Eco Atlantic. First of all, we're looking at the space, we're looking about the roads and everything. My own is that I just hope that they don't now come and it now gets congested. Like what we are running for will now happen again. But I think it's a fantastic place. Proximity, where it is. And the roads as well. We cannot speak about Eco Atlantic without speaking about the roads because, we are here. So, I can go on and on. But my fear is that I just hope it doesn't get congested.
That's right. Which is
that's
a
my
concern
fear.
as well.
Yeah.
But, until I have my own house here.
Nelson.
That's easy.
No, it's okay until I have my own
Easy.
house as well. But just a reminder, it's not a residential area, it's a business.
Not a
business,
residential
exactly.
I
area.
can have my business residence. but Ibrahim, let me take you to the Punch newspaper here. This conversation about debt repayment.
Yeah.
The rider here says debt servicing threatens state's fiscal stability. Why do we keep borrowing?
No, it's okay to borrow, especially when you have something to do with the money that you've borrowed.
Okay.
Because one of the countries that is so indebted in this world is the United States of America.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, maybe because they print in dollars and they borrow in dollars.
Oh, right.
Easy for them. But the thing is, how much are we utilizing these monies that we are borrowing? Remember, even the local government autonomy, which the Supreme Court granted, back in the day, has not been implemented. So, to what end? They are taking from the local government, taking from the federal allocation, taking from their own internally generated revenue, and they are still they are borrowing at pace. So, exactly what are they using this money for? That's the question we should be asking. Lagos, Rivers,
Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom, mention all of the states. They are pushing us, deeply into debt, and this is not the nice thing to do. Show us the projects that you've done, the infrastructure that you've put on the ground, so much so that we will know that yes, while you're borrowing, the
results
being showed for
Quickly,
it.
just add to this, Nelson. When you're borrowing, there's no way you tell me you don't have the mind to pay back. You need to look at the way you will pay back because everybody borrows. I'm sure on this table you're all owing one person or the other.
I'm not
owing.
I am owing.
Adama is quiet.
I'm not quiet. I'm owing. I mean, what are you talking about?
Are you owing the director? Because looks like the director is shouting at Thomas.
No, but all I'll say is that when you owe, you need to think about how to pay back.
Of course,
and then accountability.
of course.
Let's see what you've done with the money
That's
as well.
right. That's right. But Etoma, hopefully this will not concern you. News Direct, the federal government is committing to clear 7 months arrears of doctors. About time that our health workers enjoy what they do, really.
And I like the news, but I asked the question, why owe them 7 months? Why allow a clash in such a very important sector to happen before you start thinking about this?
That's right. That's right. That's too long. And finally, Ibrahim, on the sporting left, give us a little snippet of what this actually is going on here. Google Map names mosque after Osimhen.
Osimhen just signed about 73 million euros, to Galatasaray, and then the fans there are so happy that Osimhen is in Turkey, is in Istanbul, helping them to, taking them to the El Dorado. So I guess it's the fans, the fanatics among the fans that actually went to Google Map to change the name, not just the name of any other street or anything, it's just the name of the mosque. And the mosque has been there, I think it's known as Bulu's Mosque, which has been there for decades.
For that to happen, it shows value.
Yeah,
and
a lot
how
of
the
value.
respect-
Osimhen does have
I'm
a lot
happy
of
that
value.
Osimhen is our own, and people are going crazy because
him.
they are owning him now.
Indeed, indeed. But that's how far we can go on the newspaper review segment this morning. Coming up on TVC Breakfast, INEC moves to extend electoral ballots to Nigeria's correctional facilities. We'll talk more after the break.